Fast forward to 1950, Brazil. A newspaper printed a photograph of the Brazilian team under the headline Champions of the World on the morning of the decisive match. A victory song had already been composed. The city's mayor congratulated the players in advance. The stadium they built for this moment, the Maracanã, held over 200,000 people, the largest stadium ever constructed. The opponent, Uruguay, the tiny country again. Uruguay's captain gathered his players the night before and said, "On the pitch, there will be 11 of us and 11 of them, nothing more." Brazil scored. 200,000 people erupted. Then Uruguay equalized. Then, with 12 minutes left, a winger named Gija cut inside, and instead of crossing, he shot. The net moved, and 200,000 people fell completely silent, so quiet you could hear your own heartbeat. Gija later said, a line football has never forgotten. Only 3 people have ever silenced the Maracanã: Frank Sinatra, the Pope, and me. But the heaviest part of this story is what happened to one man afterward. Moacir Barbosa, the goalkeeper, a black man from a poor family. One goal he couldn't stop, and it destroyed the rest of his life. He was never called up again. In 1993, 43 years after the match, he visited the national team's training camp to offer his congratulations. He was turned away at the gate. "You are bad luck," they told him. Barbosa looked at them and said, "In this country, the maximum sentence for any crime is 30 years. I have been suffering for 50 years for a crime I did not commit." He died in 2000, poor, alone. The day before he died, he said, "I am tired of crying." Brazil never truly forgave Barbosa because the person Brazil could not forgive was itself. What do you do when the doctors say your body isn't built for the game you love? 1958 Sweden, a 17-year-old nobody wanted on the team, walked into the World Cup. His name, Pelé. When he was 9 years old, he sat on his father's shoulders and listened on the radio as Brazil lost the Maracanazo. His father wept. The boy said, "Don't cry, Papa. When I grow up, I will bring you the World Cup." 8 years later, in the final, he scored twice. The Swedish crowd stood and applauded against their own team because some beauty has no nationality. 1962, Chile, and the player everyone remembers is Garrincha, born with his right leg 6 centimeters shorter than his left, his spine curved. Doctors said he would never walk normally. He didn't walk. He ran. He dribbled. On the pitch, the ball became a tame creature, and the stadium became a circus. When football left him, Garrincha had nothing but alcohol. He died at 49, penniless. His grave carries one inscription: "Here lies the man who brought joy to people." Even in death, no one brings him flowers. Before we get to the beautiful game of 1970, we need to talk about a theft, a dog, and an actual war caused by football. The World Cup trophy was stolen from a London exhibition. A dog named Pickles found it in a South London park, buried under a hedge. Pickles became a national hero. Newspaper photos, TV appearances, advertising campaigns. The following year, Pickles died, tangled in his own lead. England won the World Cup. Pickles is mostly forgotten. But here's what nobody teaches in school. In 1969, Honduras and El Salvador played each other in World Cup qualifying. After the matches, 100 days of actual war broke out between the two countries. 3,000 dead. Journalist Ryszard Kapuscinski loaded clearly. Football didn't cause the war. Football was the occasion. The real causes were land and hunger, old wounds too vague to die for. Football gave them a fresh, burning reason. Football, he wrote, enters every home more easily than any government or any god. The first World Cup in color, Pelé's third, Brazil played the most beautiful football ever seen. And in the final, Carlos Alberto scored what many still call the greatest goal in history. But the most beautiful game in football's most beautiful tournament was not the final. It was a quarterfinal, Brazil versus England. In the first half, a save by Gordon Banks that Pelé himself, called the greatest save he had ever seen. This is what football does. It creates moments no one can plan. No dictator can order it. No billionaire can buy it.